Sexton Street, the two sections did everything through Irish, and you could get a state scholarship to continue your studies through Irish. That's where I met, unfortunately, Eddie Fallon, who led me astray for many years in UCG. But the opportunities there today, between the scholarships, between grants, between the opportunities of different types of study, and through the generosity of people like J.P. McManus, the opportunities are there. It's up to the people who get these opportunities to make the best possible use of them. Could I just say as well, in the start of the new millennium coming up very soon, Sexton Street is facing a rather difficult period, in which maybe as Board of Management, teachers, staff, students, parents, all in cooperation, will have to meet difficulties that we thought we'd never have to meet. But the fact that we have people of the calibre of the 8 students here tonight, of the staff who taught them, of the parents who brought them up, of the primary schools who sent them to us, the fact that all these will cooperate will make life much easier for Sexton Street to face the new millennium. Again, like Eddie Fallon, I would like to mention, I think this team, the principal, I would like to mention particularly Michael Metcalf. The 1966 was a historic year. It was the 50th anniversary of the 1960 Rising. Some people would like us to forget that, but we cannot do those things. And the government of that time made 7 annual scholarships available in the names of the signatories of the proclamation of 1916. And it is therefore a great privilege for Michael Metcalf to have won the James Connolly Scholarship, and I'm sure the others won't mind if I particularly single him out tonight and congratulate him and wish them all every success. As a Board of Management, we are looking to the future. It's great to be here tonight at such a gala event. We look forward to next year. Maybe, as I said there a few minutes ago, in 50 years' time we might be all cloned and we could come back and be here for these scholarships. So I reached Mowakas, and I'd like to thank J.P. McManus, through his wife, through his son, through his daughter, through Eddie and the other trustees. I would like to thank him for his generosity. May I take this opportunity as well? You'll see Noel Early here tonight as MC, which he does very well every year. And as you know, Noel is the new Vice Principal in Sexton Street, and himself and Tim Crawley are running a very good ship there, and may it long continue. Got to be
Ladies and gentlemen, we are very blessed in Sexton Street with a wonderfully supportive and tireless Parents' Council. I'm delighted now to welcome its chairperson, Mrs. Bridget Teefig.
Deputy Mayor, Minister, brothers, Reverend Father, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Parents' Council of Sexton Street CBS, it is with a sincere sense of pleasure and gratitude that I welcome and salute the occasion of the second presentation of the J.P. McManus Scholarship Awards. As partners in the educational process, we as parents readily recognise and appreciate the critical importance, on the one hand, facilitating access to educational opportunities, and on the other, of encouraging and supporting our students in pursuing and maximising their own developmental potential. These unique scholarships very much respond to and underpin such objectives, and also encourage additional motivation in the pursuit of excellence, both in the arts and academic spheres. I would like to reiterate our heartfelt thanks to Mr. McManus for his unprecedented thoughtfulness, generosity and kindness, which on an ongoing basis significantly enrich the lives not only of the recipients themselves, but indirectly and by extension of the general school community, and indeed ultimately of society itself. In this regard, I would also like to pay tribute to the 3 trustees, namely Eddie Fallon, Pat Hartigan and Jerry Boland, who so capably oversee and administer the scholarship programme. I would also like to place on record our deep gratitude to the Principal and his staff colleagues for their much appreciated professional commitment, interest and dedication in educating and preparing our students, not only for examinations, but indeed for adulthood and life itself. Finally, I would like to congratulate this year's scholarship recipients and wish them very well in the future. Thank you.
years in Sexton Street. Indeed, I sat alongside him for some time. He claims he taught me all I knew, so I decided I better go on and become a teacher and to teach others everything that Robert Richardson knew. Ladies and gentlemen, he's chairperson of the Past Pupils Union in Sexton Street. Would you welcome Mr. Robert Richardson?
Mr. Chairman, you haven't lost your impromptu wit. You're still the same. Deputy Mayor, Minister, Reverend Fathers, brothers, ladies and gentlemen. It's wonderful to be here again on such a great and positive day for CBS Limerick. Again, like the speakers before me, I'd like to thank JP, his wife Noreen and family for their generosity to the students here tonight, to the pupils of last year, and of course to the countless numbers into the future who will avail of and benefit from these scholarships. It's good to know that all of last year's beneficiaries have passed their exams and are progressing in their chosen courses of study. One of the objectives of the Past Pupils Union was to help past pupils find their way in life. I feel these scholarships are more than helping past pupils along. They are giving students the very oxygen of advancement, namely third level education. Through this opportunity, I'm sure they will lead enriched and fulfilled lives and better the communities in which they will live later on. I'm sure all of these students will attain good academic qualifications and good positions later in society. I'm sure all of us here this evening will join with me in wishing them the best in this regard. They, I believe, will act as role models for present and potential students of CBS and both maintain and enhance the very high and justified reputation that the school has. On behalf of the Past Pupils Union, I would like to thank the Principal Tim Frawley and all of the teaching staff for their efforts and their high academic achievements of the students, particularly in this year's Leaving Certificate. Congratulations and well done, Tim and your staff. I wish them all the best in the future. Finally, I'd like to thank the chairman this evening, Noel, my schoolmate, a former classmate and a very good friend, for inviting me to speak. Thank you.
I think probably our next speaker is probably an example to a lot of students, because when he came into Sexton Street in first year, he did not start in the top stream or in the top class, but worked his way there. I'm delighted to call now to speak on behalf of the scholarship award winners. Would you welcome please Mr. Declan Hogan.
Mrs. McManus and members of the McManus family, Board of Trustees, Reverend Brother, Reverend Father, ladies and gentlemen. When the J.P. McManus Scholarship Awards were first announced in 1996, I had the honour of speaking on behalf of the student body of CBS. That honour falls to me again tonight. Firstly, Mrs. McManus, I would like you to convey our deepest gratitude to your husband, Mr. McManus, for making these awards available. Last year, we saw 8 of our senior class receive these scholarships. We have heard from them what these awards have meant to them. They have allowed them the freedom of getting on with their studies without having to worry about financial security. This inspired us to work hard at our own studies during the year, and I can assure you that competition between us is very key. We are extremely grateful that we now have been given the same opportunity. Secondly, we owe a debt of gratitude to our parents, who have tolerated and supported us through a very trying year. We know that you are proud of our achievements, and we hope to continue to make you proud of us. We also wish to thank our teachers. They gave us every encouragement and assistance in getting this far. It is especially pleasing to see our teachers here from our primary school. The efforts of all our teachers have enabled us to get to the starting gate. It is up to us now to get past the finishing post, but I can assure you the odds are favourable. Finally, Mrs. McManus, we would like to express our gratitude for the generosity shown to our families and ourselves here tonight. And we hope that 1999 will be the year and the Cheltenham Gold Cup rests in the McManus Trophy cabinet.
JP McManus has backed many good winners in his time. I think if Declan's words are true, he's backed another 8 here tonight. It reminds me, he mentioned the launch of the McManus Scholarships, and on that night we met a lovely woman, Mrs. Bridie McManus, mother of JP, and we know she hasn't been well of late, and Noreen and Sue-Ann and Kieran, we'd love if you take our best wishes to her. It's my great pleasure now to call on Pat O'Doherty and John Walsh. If they'd come up here, we just have a small presentation to make to the McManus family, and also Thomas Fleming.
McManus Scholarship Awards here in the Dunraven Arms Hotel in downtown Adair. And welcome to everybody, and especially all our recipients. And I think before we start, I think there's 8, is that right, Pat? 8 recipients. Give them a big round of applause before we even start. Yes, that was a lovely bit of backing music from our musical director this evening, Mr. Brian Meehan. Thanks a million, Brian. Well, all I can see when I look down, you see, I have a great vantage point from here. When I look down, I can see all the beautiful dresses, the hair, the makeup, everything is on. And that's just the fellas. Girls, you don't look too bad yourselves. Maura, or you got the hair all done up, I see. Or else you came on a motorbike, one or the other. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lovely show lined up for you tonight. In actual fact, we've got something I think that should please everybody, which is a very difficult thing to do. And I know Pat Hartigan will agree with me when I say this. Very difficult thing to do to please everybody. Is that right, Pat? Even in the GAA world. But what we do have is a very talented young gentleman who is going to entertain us first off. He is a gentleman that I would regard as being the finest tenor we have in this country at the present time. That's because the rest of them are all on holidays in Spain at the moment. No, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, he is a fine tenor, he's a lovely chap, and with a beautiful velvet voice. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to Mr. Michael Short.
Long, long ago in the woods of Gertrude, I thought the birds were singing in the blackthorn tree. But oh, it was my heart that was singing, 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 with the joy that you were bringing, oh my love, to me. Long, long ago in the woods of Gertrude, I thought the wind was sighing in the blackthorn tree. But oh, it was a banshee that was crying, 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 and I knew my love was dying far away from me. So if you go through the woods of Gertrude, you'll hear the raindrops creeping through the blackthorn tree. But oh, it is the tears that I am weeping, 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 for the loved one that is sleeping far away from me. Long, long ago in the woods of Gertrude, I thought the birds were singing in the blackthorn tree. But oh, it was my heart that was ringing, 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 with the joy that you were bringing, oh my love, to me.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That, of course, was a Percy French song. He's more famous for his humorous songs. That was one of his more serious. And this next song I've chosen for you, very difficult to be selective about Irish songs, but this one I've chosen, it's called I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen.
I'll take you home again.
our next guest is someone who, in actual fact, I'll introduce him like this. Once in a lifetime, a great violinist comes along. But until then, our next guest is middle finger. And you're all teachers here, most of you are teachers here, so you know what I'm talking about. Has anybody heard of the Marie Celeste? The ship, yes. What about it was a ship? Oh God, you're brilliant. What if Monica Lewinsky was not on that ship? No, she didn't. She might have gone down on it, but she... Sorry. No, the Marie Celeste did not go down. The Marie Celeste is a famous ship, as you probably know, that was found floating at sea, all the crew missing, with the table set as if for another meal. One of the greatest maritime mysteries of all time. But ladies and gentlemen, we have discovered, Mr. Meehan and myself, we have discovered, isn't that right, Brian? Yes. What happened on that fateful night? Because our next artist was a cabaret act on board that night. We're convinced this is what happened. I joke, of course, ladies and gentlemen, because he is a man that you all probably know very well. He was the former manager of our beautiful University Concert Hall inside Limerick. He has now left that position in the last couple of weeks and has moved on to becoming advisor to all our top recording artists in the country. He is one of our top violinists in this country. He's a very talented young man. Tonight he's going to play some beautiful Irish airs. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big warm welcome to Mr. Fran O'Donnell.
That was a piece called The Mason's Apron, who was made famous by a fiddler called Sean McGuire. This time I'd like to play the place which for me any Irish man to own a land, or a gun, or to wear his hair long, cool.
teacher of music, and a very talented young lady who is, I'm trying to prolong the time now because we're waiting for her to sober up backstage. So she'll be with us very shortly, and I'll be making a dash off the stage when she heard that, I can tell you. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give a very, very, very warm welcome. She's going to sing the beautiful Teddy O'Neill, first of all, and she's going to accompany herself on the harp. You all recognise the harp, the symbol of Ireland. And you know, Pat, you know why it's the symbol of Ireland?
You'll tell me.
I'll tell you, Pat, right. Because everything is got by pulling strings. That's right. Oh!
I'm going to walk into that one.
No, don't blame Pat Hartigan, I just asked him. Ladies and gentlemen, the very beautiful, the very talented Madeleine Meehan.